the General Conference session. And that is where it should be done. Talking about this ordination of women elders, we had two actions, one taken in the spring meeting of 1979, and the other one came in the annual council 1984. Why do we began with the spring meeting? That is a whole strategy, because the spring meeting doesn't have full representation from the world field in the General Conference Executive Committee. But it has full administrative representation from the North American division. So the overwhelming majority of the committee is the representation from North America. It was very easy to take an action at that committee. Normally, these items never are taken into the agenda of the spring meeting. Never. When it is done for a purpose. And this was the purpose. Now, when it was made the decision at the meetings of the annual council in 1984, at that time, something was very interesting that happened. We were preparing for the annual council that was coming in a year. And so in the recommendation that was going to go to the session of the 1985, it was supposed to go this item to the session because it would have to be approved by the session in order to go to the church manual, because it's an item that belongs to the church manual. But, you know, there are always people lobbying the processes. And it came a group, we don't know how many or who were doing that work, but after taking an action, a few hours after that, in the evening, it came again for discussion, the same action, actually with the motion to decide the matter at the annual council, not sending it to the session. And it carried. So it never went to the session. That's why it never went to the church manual. And if it is not in the church manual, it is illegal. Unless we take it as a process, which is not yet finished. Amen. It would be finished at the session.
That's right. Amen.
And that's why the world field didn't accept the decision. They didn't put in practice. Just a few divisions actually began to appoint women elders. The rest of the world, nothing. Because two reasons. One, it is not biblical. Second, it is not legal within the policies of the church. So the world didn't want to contaminate the process, and then decided not to practice, to put it in practice. It is an action of the General Conference Annual Council and previous the Spring Council, but never a session of the General Conference. Therefore, actually, up to this day, it is not approved in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Fully approved only at the session.
You're talking about local elders.
Local elders, yes. This is what we are talking at the